players saw it. That's something that started when the first year's head coach, they did that the night before the first or evening before the first day of class. But then this time we were going to go whitewater rafting. We gave them a couple options. They all wanted to do paintball. And I think it's because they pound the coaches. Like, you're supposed to, when you hold your hand up, you're supposed to be out. I think a few of the players did not follow that rule and got back at their coach. So, but we had fun doing it.
Coach, with so much volatility in college basketball these days, a lot of programs have sort of ebbed and flowed with reaching the grand stage and then sort of having some rebuilding years. What has allowed your program to be so consistent over the last decade or so?
Yeah, no, it's one of the things that it's always a challenge every year, and I'm grateful for, just the players. I think I use the word, maybe I shouldn't, but I say sneaky good talent. I mean, it's not, we don't bring in 5-star guys, we guys that we found some good transfers, and Sam Hauser, Trey Murphy, so we capitalized on that. The players have developed, they've been in the program, staff's done a good job, and there's been some. It's when you taste a level of success, hopefully those players that have been part of it can, set the standard or set that kind of expectation of how you go about it. So I just think we've been fortunate for the number of years that we've finished. Either won an ACC regular season or conference game or finished in second, first, or even top half in the NCAA tournament. These are things that you strive for. I think good players, recruiting. I think the system is solid, and we found a way to play to give us a chance to compete against those, and we'll have to with the newness of this year. Again, it'll be tested, but you just keep trying to improve as the season goes on. I think that in light of this year, especially, can we keep getting better and better, and keep getting better time.
Coach, the amount of turnover change you off-season, just kind of some of the guys on the championship.
Yeah, good question. As I mentioned, we had 10 guys on scholarship. We weren't sure initially what Trey Murphy was going to do. He was going to redshirt and not even play this year. We almost had to convince him, like, hey, you got a free year, give it a shot. Thankfully he did, and look what's happening in his career. But we weren't sure if he was going to come back early on. We lost our guys to transfer. We kind of look at the numbers and say, okay, do we want to add? How many full scholarship guys do we want to carry? We had a decision to make. If Trey came back, there would have been 11 guys on scholarship. We said that's good. Trey goes for 10. But we just said, in this case, let's go less as move. Because guys leave a lot. I think you can go one of two ways. Using all our scholarships, and every year we're going to lose a handful of guys and we'll just recycle them. Or maybe we'll go with less and pour into those guys, and if the core will get a majority of playing time, maybe you can build some continuity and they'll come back and keep building that way. So for this year, it's never got a chance to go. They'll stay healthy, as I mentioned. Hopefully, again, there's so many factors out there that put teams together, but that has shaped at least my philosophy for this year. And we'll see. I think it'll be every year.
Coach, for a player like Clark, whose biggest offer at one point I think was UC Davis or something like that, and all the things he has accomplished as a starting point guard, as a freshman, amongst all the other things, what did you see within him at that time? What do you think is, how bright is that future look for him in terms of coming up this year?
Yeah, no, I mean, that story's been well documented, how he ended up at UVA, but I think he's just won wherever he's been, and, he's kind of the heart and soul. His first year was unique. He was that spark we needed with that group of guys. Guard the ball, could touch the paint. He just brought that energy and life to play with, obviously, the great players that won the championship. And so he starts his first year on the high, and then now we lose the majority of those players. He's got to come back, and then he was asked to do a whole lot, probably more than we should have been able to, but I thought it made him grow as a player. He was forced to be aggressive shooting. He had to take on a big load on his shoulders. And last year, kind of balanced a little bit. But now he has 3 years of playing under his belt. He's won 2 or 3, whatever, 2 regular season championships, another conference and a national championship. He's just won. You don't count him out. He's so competitive. He's tough-minded. And I hope now he'll even take another step leadership because of the newness of the guys. And we'll need obviously all of his experience because he has the most what he'll bring. And as a challenger, keep getting better. He worked really hard this offseason, very hard on improving his outside shot. We lost a lot of outside shooting. And it's improved. Again, is he Kyle guy right now? No, but with his quickness, he's added, I think it's just, he gets it off quicker, it's sounder with his form, hopefully it'll show what he needs to practice.
NIL is here. How's that kind of changed things when it comes to the recruiting aspect of it, when it comes to everything?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is to be determined. I heard Coach K, one of his concerns was he hopes it doesn't turn into recruiting, it doesn't turn into negotiating instead of recruiting. But if it gets to that, which I'm sure in some ways it will, that could be challenging, problematic, challenging, whatever. I think there has to be opportunities, and I'm all for that. I said that in there for the young men to do it, but you still have to find the right guys that want to be a part of the program and invest and still care about the school, the degree, winning championships, becoming great themselves. If the main thing for the players is how much name, image, and likeness can I get, and that's their main priority, then they probably shouldn't come to the University of Virginia and play for but there are players that can have that opportunity to come here, develop their game, and go on and play, hopefully win, get a great degree in the process, and have name, image, and likeness opportunities. It's the whole thing. And if it ever ventures from that, then again, I won't be the right person for that.
Tony, on that same topic, do you have a sense yet, and I know it's early, but is there an advantage to being in a smaller town as opposed to a big city where you're competing with NFL, NBA, big fish, smaller pond?
I mean, it's getting us like, well, there's not as many marketing opportunities. And what's market value? Let's be real. I mean, it's opportunities if people want to help out student athletes, which is great. Is there a market value? Because there's hardly a market value for NBA players, college players. There's certain things, but I don't know if there's an advantage or a disadvantage in a smaller town. There's probably less opportunities for name, image, and likeness in some ways, but I guess it's just people wanting to help, and hopefully, I hope there can be however this goes, a different way that can be used to make a difference. Like I said, I love it that the guys that put money in their pocket and do things can't distract from the main things, but man, can there be a way to use this to make a difference in the community, impact, and still honor what you're valuing? I think there is a way, but it's a new time, and you just adjust. No one knows all the answers. You hear the horror stories out there, and you wonder, well, is this true or not? People that have been doing things not the right way in many years past, well, now there's some avenues where it's wired and they can go and do things. That's just part of it. But there's still a place for those guys that want to come, and that's what we'll have to offer. And if it's enough, it's enough. And if it's not, then it's not.
Is offense overrated, Coach?
Is what? Offense overrated? No. It's funny, our national championship year, we were number 2 in the country, efficiency or 3. You need both. I mean, I think defensively, it can be an equalizer if you don't have the firepower, but no, I think they're equally important. I don't know if one's more important than the other. You got to be solid at both, but maybe defense can keep you in there a little longer. If you're, that's a great question. If you're really poor on offense and you're really good defensively, can you be competitive? The opposite. So maybe the defensive side of keeping games on, but you need them both. And that'll be a challenge this year to figure out, all right, what's our strengths? How do we score differently if you don't have the firepower coming back? But you're always surprised. We got some good players, and I'm hopeful that we'll be able to find ways. But it'll look different for sure.
Tony, speaking.
Yes. Wait a second. Give me his years.
He came out of Carolina in '92.
Yeah, we did. Well, I'm sure he played well. I feel like he played with the Knicks and they played maybe in the playoffs. My rookie year '93, he was good. Huber's. You talking about a quality man who's about the right stuff. I've got great respect and admiration for what he stands for, who he is. He was a heck of a player. I'm trying to remember, we did play against each other. I'm sure he remembers all of our games. I was just this dominant. No. But I'm sure, because we played him. I knew he could shoot. And, he's the kind of player that I actually, some guys that had, that can move without the ball, shoot and score. But for sure.
How the changing of the guard there, I mean, he still expect to see the same Carolina State?
We'll find out soon. I have no idea. I know, like I said, he'll do things the right way with quality and respect for his players. But as far as his plan, that's the beauty of being a head coach. It's your time. You do it your way. It's your system with your staff. And figure out a way. So I'm not sure. I mean, I always look at your personnel and say, how do I need to play? But I know they made a very strong hire. I know he's going to influence guys in the right way.
Will there be any surprises among the great players?
Any surprises? I hope there's a bunch of them. So no,
That's a very good thing.
yeah,
Last year you had the big one.
yeah, no, it was great how well we used to see Sam and Trey shoot and Jay could stretch the floor, and that's where we got our shooting. Those three are gone. Armand Franklin is coming in. He shot over 40 for Indiana, and as I mentioned, Kihei's been working at it hard, and just guys that they have to have freedom. The guys that have worked on it, is working on it, and we'll have to score different ways, but it won't be a team that's going to spray up 30, 40 threes, and we could win by shooting people out of the gym. That's probably the big games you'll shoot well, in the games that you struggle. So that's where you find out how do we impact the game in these different areas. I think we can get on the glass. I think we can do some things. We got some good guards off the pick and roll, and impact the game other ways.